In a previous video, we talked about how to create headings within your document and how you can use those to aid in navigation as well as the creation of a table of contents. In this document, I'm going to delve a little below headings 1 and 2 and talk about kind of a little quirky thing that happens with heading 3s in Microsoft Word. So if you've previously set up your APA style set and defined a heading 3, there is APA defines heading 3 as something where you begin left justified, type in your heading, put a period, and then you start the paragraph right after the period. You don't start it on another line. So because of that, Microsoft Word has a little bit harder time handling that. You can still do that. It will still show in your formatting. It will also show up in your table of contents, but for some reason it will not show up in your navigation pane. So let me just show an example so that you can understand how that works. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the View tab and type and click on this button to show our navigation pane. So we can see all of our heading 1s and 2s have already been set up in this document. And at the top of this page here, Measuring Learning is set up as a heading 2. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit and find a section here. And let's just say that starting with this section, I wanted to make this, put a heading 3 at the beginning of this sentence. So I'll start off by just typing the heading that I would want to do. And this is different than what you've done in the past. In the past you could have just clicked on the area and clicked on heading 3, which was, the style page is all on this home tab. However, sometimes if you do this within a paragraph, it will automatically set the whole paragraph to heading 3, and we don't want that. So I'm going to start that. I'll type in a heading of correlating learning to sense of community, period. Okay, so this is the standard format for heading 3. And of course Word is not liking it right now because it's a phrase and not a full sentence, but even though we put a period there. So we're going to just highlight this section and we're going to come up to the style page here and click on heading 3. And that's going to make that automatically a heading 3. Now since it was tabbed in, we're going to have to remove that tabbing. I know that's been set up as part of the heading 3, but again, this is kind of a quirky way to do this in Word. So the way we're going to get rid of that tabbing is moving up here, and we need to essentially make this first line indent in line with this bottom one. And there's a couple ways to do it. Basically the easiest way is click on that top triangle until it lines up with the left justified heading. So now you see this is set up as a proper heading 3. It's bold, it's sentence case. I don't capitalize learning, sense, or community in this case. But what you'll notice is it did not show up here on the side. And again, that's kind of a bug in Word. However, if we went back to our beginning and inserted a table of contents by going to the reference section, table of contents, and then we'll just click on this very first table of contents. If we scrolled up in here, you will see that under Measuring Learning we now do have a true level 3 heading, correlating learning to sense of community. So it is possible to automatically format heading 3s. It will show up in your document properly formatted as a heading 3 with a little massaging of the tab. It will show up properly in the table of contents, but it will not show up in the navigation screen, even if you've set the navigation screen to show multiple heading levels.